everybody. How are you doing today?
We're doing great. We're perfect. We're actually in transit. We live in East Tennessee from Nashville.
So you just left a party, right?
Yes, ma'am. We just had our very first #1 party celebration in town, which was a really huge milestone for the three of us. And, 2010, everybody out at country radio and country music lovers just gave us such a warm welcome. And the three of us have been working together as the family band for the last 12 years. So today was certainly the culmination of a decade's worth of work right here. It's a great day.
Oh, wonderful. I know you all started young with your band. When did you figure out you wanted to pursue music on the next level, and who are some of your favorite singers or entertainers coming up?
Well, I think probably the decision to make a life path for us probably came for me first because I'm the oldest, and really when I made a decision whether or not to, press the gas pedal full throttle or have a backup plan when it came time to make a decision about college was really when I made that decision. And, it was this wonderful thing. Our parents have always been supportive of our career, and that was a true moment of role reversal because I was like, hey guys, I probably need to have a fallback plan in case the music thing doesn't work out. And they just continued to support us and said, if you have a backup plan, you probably fall back on it at some point. And they just said, we'll support you in whatever way you need to get you where you're going with your dream for a music career. And so that's really, I think, when we all made that decision, which, gosh, for me was probably 5 or 6 years ago. And we had the best time. Some of our very favorite artists, it probably varies depending on what we play in the band. Me as the lead singer, I love everybody from Patsy Cline to Janis Joplin to Aretha Franklin. I'm a big fan of soul singers. The pillars of our band creatively, the Rolling Stones and Loretta Lynn, would absolutely stand at the crossroads of those two worlds.
And me, Reed, being the bass player, our dad was a big rock and roll lover. So I think I draw, again, being a bass player on the whole rock and roll side of our musical palette. And then Neil, as a mandolin player, is a bluegrass lover. Yeah, we live up in the Appalachian Mountains in East Tennessee, and, that's where bluegrass was founded, and there's mountains right there. So I'm all in love. The bluegrass blood flows in my veins. So, Ricky Skaggs, Sam Bush, all those guys are big influences of mine.
Okay. And what has been one of the most memorable experience, you would say, of your lives from the beginning when you were discovered with Garth Brooks' manager till now?
A great question. I think probably unanimously one of the most pinnacle moments for the three of us was getting to play on the Grand Ole Opry for the first time in November of 2009. And we got to actually debut on the Ryman stage. And there's just so much history of country music, and we're students of that history. And so to get to spend that moment on stage was just really a true honor for the three of us. And second only to that was probably when we got the news about our Grammy nomination. We were on stage in Calgary, up in Canada, and the guy from our record label who was out with us on our Canadian run told us and our crowd the same night that Friday Night Young that had just gone #1 and had been nominated for a Grammy, and it was just a moment that the three of us will never forget. I mean, we in the band probably have entirely too much to say, but that was one moment when we were speechless, and it was just a really wonderful time that we'll never forget.
I mean, you guys have really been phenomenal and achieved a lot of success at a young age. So how does it feel to be so young and you're like nominated for a Grammy? You're receiving the CMA nomination last year. You performed on The View, Ellen, Jay Leno. I mean, you're everywhere. You're doing big things here with the Academy of Country Music. You have your nomination.
Yeah.
Like, what are your thoughts upon receiving all these nominations at a young age?
Well, you know what? We've just been working a really long time, and this is Neil Kiasha, by the way. We've just been working a long time, and not only us, but, our parents have been involved from the beginning, and this moment really belongs to a lot of other people other than just the three of us. From anyone who's helped us set up with Guitar Amp, to our label president, our manager, So I'm really happy to share this with a lot of different people.
And also, the story of a lot of artists is to hurry up and wait. For us, it's been wait, and then to hurry up. The last 12 months of our lives have certainly, been a whirlwind, but everybody out at country radio and country music lovers just given us such a warm welcome. And so I think, in one sense, we're absolutely elated and on cloud nine, but we're also, very grounded and humbled by the whole thing, because it is a unique, welcoming to your country music family, and like Neil said, it's been a long road to get here, even though we are so young, and we're just really grateful to finally be here.
Okay. Now, I'm curious here, what would it mean for you if you win this Grammy Award? Will you go with an acceptance speech, or will you just speak directly from your heart to the fans?
That's a great question. We debate that even now. There's some stiff competition in our category. So many just phenomenal songs that have come out on country radio this year. So we'll probably prepare something just in case. But certainly we'll also speak from the heart. I always love to watch artists accept awards, because it feels like even those who have prepared for the moment, they're truly overwhelmed when they're actually living in it. And so if we were blessed enough to win that award, then I'm sure it would be a little bit from both sides of that fence. But like I said, there's some stiff competition, and we're just grateful to be in the race this year.
Well, I just want to let you know I'm rooting for you guys, and I'm going to pray for you that you win.
Thank you.
And
thank you so much. It's so sweet.
No problem. I mean, I love your lyrics with your songs. Like, how do you come up with your lyrics? And are these all real-life experiences from your lives, or how does that work?
They're either real-life experiences or ones that we could either imagine having or hope that we never have to have. We certainly speak from the heart on our record, and If I Die Young was a song that we wrote on a cloudy day in East Tennessee, and we really wrote it out of a heart of contentment. It was just a moment in time that the three of us looked at each other and we said, you know what, even at our young ages, we've got to live so completely, because we're getting to do what we love and getting to do it with the people that we love. And so we're just so grateful for the opportunities that we've had, and felt like up to that moment that we had made the most of our minutes. And it continues to remind us and challenge us to make the most of every single day. And as long as we're doing that, however many days we actually do spend on the planet, will be just enough.
Okay. Now, tell me your feelings on being a part of the Emotional Traffic Tour with Tim McGraw and Luke Bryan. What is that experience like? Like, are you excited about that?
Oh, yeah, we're really excited. Tim McGraw is one of the great legends of country music, and to be able to actually go on the road with him is quite an honor for us. We've known about it for a while and wanted to tell people, but we're so excited. April through August, we're going to go out with Tim McGraw and Luke Bryan and play 50-plus dates. And, Tim McGraw is one of those artists that growing up, especially in, Alabama, and even now, we just have always listened to. I remember when we got to meet Mr. Tim McGraw, we walked up to him and we introduced ourselves. That was the first time we got to meet him and see him. And he said, the band Perry, I know who you guys are. Can't wait to go out with y'all. And that's one of the great things I think about country music, is those older, legendary artists really take us young artists under their wing and encourage us. And that's one thing that we really appreciate about him.
And we're looking forward just to warming up that stage every night. And he's got, just such a widespread, diverse fan base. And it's just going to be our goal to go out there and woo them a little bit and try to win their hearts. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, speaking of warming that stage, you were just in Nashville. So when can we expect you again? Because I looked it up. I didn't see anything for Nashville. So will you add us onto the tour? Or how soon can we expect you back home?
That is a great question. I know that there are special band Perry dates in the works. We are going out on our year will round out with another big tour that we can't announce quite yet, but I think that this particular lady in country music has a Nashville date on the books, so certainly in 2011.
Great. Loving to hear that. I'm sorry.